Okay, hi guys, good evening. This is Vardhan from Seven Sense. I hope my voice is audible. Okay, hi guys, good evening. This is Vardhan from Seven Sense. I hope my voice is audible. Okay, hi guys, good evening. Vardhan from Seven Sense. I hope my voice is audible. I'll just wait a few more members to join in. Okay. So today we'll be going into knowing about EDP. It's called Entrepreneurship Development Program. So in this we'll be learning into different modules. There are actually three models: Module 1, Module 2, Module 3. Here in Module 1, there's a course overview. So in Module 1, what we'll learning about is need for solvers and sustainability. So here in this model one, we'll be just looking into a sustainability and what kind of problems might arise, and how can the process of the business can be sustainable. Excuse me. So the next model is innovation for the entrepreneurs. So here in this model too, we'll just be just seeing into different aspects of developing the business as well. So by developing these kind of new ideas for the ventures, like when you're called as entrepreneurs, so this helps you in developing or creating your ideas in a better manners, so that you can have your business in a proper way format. And in module 3, building successful entrepreneurships. So in this module 3, basically we'll just looking into a deep section of the business process, like you can say, you just holding on to getting in proper way structure of building your business from different streams as well. So as I said you, there's a course view. So here, as I said, there's a course we divide into three modules: need for solvers, sustainability, innovation, entrepreneurs, building successful entrepreneurships. So the main course, the course aims is to foster a varied ecosystem of the social innovation and entrepreneurship against youth, and support them in taking skilled actions towards creating a better world via impactful ideas. So the word impactful ideas is itself means that developing a better social innovation that actually helps the situations to bring the you know you can say that you can just have a entrepreneurship against the youth, so that it actually helps the upcoming youths to get the better ideas actually. Next, sanitize youth and social problems and sustainability. So what happens is, when you understand the social problems, and when you give this solution to these social problems, then there are chances that you can run your business and attain the sustainability. Next, equip the design process and welcome to the future of entrepreneurships. So as in our India as welcome for more entrepreneurs. So entrepreneurs are more required. So when it comes to that point, when you are starting your own venture, so you just need to understand the social problems. Then again, you have to get the skilled action towards the creating a better world. So that what happens is, what happens is, when you get to know, when you get to know the social problems, so you'll be able to solve the social problems by your betterment of ideas. So all these are just creating a better solvings as well, social problem solvings. So as an entrepreneur, you will solve a problem that affects the community. As I said, you solving the social problems. So entrepreneur, you'll be understanding the social causes, what are the problems are arising in the social areas. Then of all those problems, you'll be like what do you say, you'll be solving the problems as well. So next, the skills and the mindsets practice will enable you to think in a new ways. The skills and the mindsets, so there are certain mindsets, there are certain skills listed out in this handbook for the entrepreneurship development program. So based on this, just a second, share screen. I hope my screen is visible right now. Okay, cool. So yeah, as I was telling, so there are certain mindsets and the skills that has to be practiced to enable a proper innovations skill sets in order to get a proper impactful ideas, so that you can you'll be able to solve the social problems as well. So here the next point says equip you with entrepreneurial skills and mindsets need to convert your ideas and into a product or a successful entrepreneurs. So this point actually gives you a better ideas what is the entrepreneurship skills. So based on the mindsets and based on the skills what we are going to discuss further later, these skills are actually helpful to understand, like this can be uh, these skills are actually, via these mindsets you can convert your ideas into a product of being a successful entrepreneur as well. So in module one, we'll see into a need for sustainability solvers and sustainability. Here, what we see is risk acceptance, action orientation, execution, interpersonal sensitivity, self confidence, comfort with ambiguity, non-conformity, future focus, passion, and persistence. So there are basically in this there are different mindsets as well as I said to you before. So mindsets will be just there are some certain like curiosity, problem solving, empathy. There are certain kinds of mindsets like this. And model 2, innovation for entrepreneurship, will be looking into identifying the problems, the impacts of the community or the users using the tool like problem tree analysis in 5 eyes. I hope you guys know what's 5 eyes actually. Okay, let's not get deviate my topic here, but like let's see the next point. Apply a human-centric approach by problem solving. Okay, then identify your users and deepen your understanding of the problems you are attempting to solve. So when you understanding the problems, when you understand the problems, you're trying to solve the problem. Sharpen your empathy skills to get closer to your users and their problems. Then articulate the problem statement to inspire people and future investors to take actions. Then again, use skills by brainstorming to create problems solutions. So when you need to solve the problems, when the social problems arises, you just brainstorm or something, then you try to solve the problems as well. Example, if I say there's a quarrel between your neighbors, then you just approach them, and then you ask them what was the reason, why did it happen, then like from when it is going on exactly. So it is also called as 5 eyes as well. So then again you brainstorm your you research things and why what happened, and all. Then you try to give the solutions to your neighbors so that you can solve those problems, and you can just initiate the situation so that you can handle the situation in a proper way without giving any harmful impact. Then next is create potential solutions to learn about prototyping. So when you understand the problems, you just give a potential solutions so that using a potential solutions, you can just from the ideation stage, you can just get into a prototyping stage when you have a proper potential solutions as well. So you when you have those all these things, you can develop a communication skills to share feedback and help help each other to build better solutions. So when you have a communication skills, so you try to attain the feedback from each other. So we like have you like as I said you reason just now, as I said, when there is a there's a like miscommunication between your neighbors, or if they're having a quarrel. So when you have a proper communication skills and you understand the problems between your neighbors, so what happens is you understand the situations, then you via communication skills you understand what's going in between them. So based on your feedback, there are chances that there's a problem what is going on, the quarrel, or the misunderstandings what's going between your neighbors, or you can sort it out with a proper development communication skills as well. So understand the process and iteration and the importance of the innovation. So when you understand the process, you'll be knowing the importance of the innovation. So as I said you like just an example, as I said you just before a few minutes, if there is a quarrel between the neighbors, so if you give the understanding process of the iteration, so you'll be giving the innovation, or there is a new ways of ideas which are you trying to solve your the quarrel or the misunderstanding between your neighbors. So when you give that, what happens is there is a chances that there are a way that can solve the situations, or you can take a control of the situation without any having a greater impact within the what you can say between the neighbors. Okay. Next, the module 3, the building successful entrepreneurship. Here we'll be looking into understanding what is social entrepreneurship and identifying the value proposition, your market, the customers, and the competition of the micro environment, building a strong work relationship with the key people, understanding the financial side of the business, marketing basis of the social venture, creating a business plan, understanding the basic legalities, types of companies and taxation, and preparing a launch for creating a pitch. So this is our in module 3. So purpose of this handbook, what actually helps us in understanding this is session objectives, list of key topics covered, related readings, activity related worksheets, questions, video links, self assessment questions will also be included in this handbook. Well, so about Project Code Unnati. So Project Code Unnati is an initiative by UNDP, United Nations Development Program. So it's from United Nations volunteers and SAP Labs, India. The project has been developed as a 3-year partnership from 2022 to 2023 in a backdrop in increasing the burden of youth unemployment and plummeting female labor's face participation rate, FLPR. It is also called as FLPR, female labor force participation rates in India. Youth and women entrepreneur is the key to achieving inclusive, equitable, sustainable development. So what happens is a Project Code Unnati is a kind of initiative by United Nations Development Program. So here, this initiative is actually started for the unemployment in the youth. So and forcing the female labor force to initiate themselves into entrepreneurship skill sets, so that they could start up their own business. So now let's understand what is UNDP. UNDP is, as I said, UNDP stands for United Nations Development Program. So it is in the UN Global Development Network. So UNDP is in UN's Global Development Network. So advocating for the change and connecting countries to knowledge, experience, and resources to help people build their better life. So UNDP is uh, there's a given clear it's a clear way that the UNDP is in a global development network. So this UNDP actually helps in the change and connecting countries to knowledge and experience in the resources of to help people their better life. Okay, so what is UNV? UNV is United Nations Volunteers. A programs contributes to peace and development throughout volunteerism worldwide. The project leverages UNV Strongs is our on-ground presence for an enhanced outreach and impact. And here SAP labs are R&D locations that are developed to improve key SAP solutions, system applications and products. So these labs, they incorporate with the essence of SAPs of CSR strategies to make meaningful contributions to youth and communities at the grassroots. So let's know about us, Seven Sense. So Seven Sense, we people develop the solution. Seven Sense People Development Solutions is a private limited company running from 10 plus years of companies of industries experience in the training and development of youth in areas of entrepreneurships, placement preparations, career preparations, readiness, competitive examinations. This project leverages the Seven Sense expertise in the training on on-ground implementation of youth-based programs. And it is sponsored by Inquilabs Foundation. So Inquilabs Foundation is a Section 8 non-profit company with a vision of nurture problem-solving capacity in the next generation, such that they are future-ready and can contribute meaningfully to their communities. The project leverages Inquilabs expertises in curriculum designs, training, and topic to design thinking, social innovation, and entrepreneurships for the children and youth. Okay, coming to module one, needs to solvers and sustainability. Will be, as I said, we'll be looking into social problems, purpose to solve it, need for the sustainability, introduction to SDG, social innovation and mindsets. So there are three sessions in module one. So today we'll be looking onto all these sessions. And course outline, social problems, what is social problems and the need for solvers, identifying the social problems around them. As I said to you earlier, so in social problems we'll be understanding what's the social problems around them, understanding the social problems and their impact, express their importance of the social, solving social problems. So here then again the next season 2 will be learning into explain the need to sustainability, and what is sustainability, and the like social problems, by that, basic sustainability development goals. So to attain the sustainable development goals, what we need to have, and we'll be exploring the sustainability goals as well. Then understand the roles of sustainability development goals, as I said, in session 3, we'll be understanding the need of the social innovation and their communities, appreciate the need of acquiring a new mindsets needed for the social innovation, identify the mindsets need for the social innovation again. So here what happens now, will be coming for the first session, solving problem for the purpose of to solve it. So topics we'll be covering today in session 1 is introduction to fundamental concepts, understanding the social problems, pre-work, lead to change, is solving a problem, if solving a problem important, practice time and self-assessment. So now let us understand the introduction to fundamental concepts, understanding the problem. So what do you basically get into what is understanding the problem? So if there is chances that when you see a problem, or if you face any other problem, so when you understand the problem, what is the reason behind it? So either it is a personal problems, or is it a social problem? If it is a personal problem, what kind of a personal problem is, and if it is social problem, what kind of a social problem is? So when you understand and define the problem, if you understand and define the problem, this actually helps you to understand the what is the problem as well. So what is a social problem? When a social problem, for example, if I say like before, I just said you, and I know if you have this misunderstanding or the quarrel between your neighbors, there's a social problem. So what you do is you understand what is going on between them. So there are there are various social problems in a society. So there are various social problems, like in, as I say, poverty, climate change, overpopulation, caste discriminations, gender inequalities, etc. There are lots of social problems going on. Okay. Now, what happens is, when you understand these social problems, you try to get into more, that you try to you understand the just bring out the possible solutions, so that you can handle the, you can possess, that you can help the situation to get in control, or you can help the motive or solve the problems that are in a social way. So being called as entrepreneur is basically, as in you can say is entrepreneur is a solver for social problems, right? So that's a thing. So social problems are as in many formats. So climate change or populations are few other what you can say is a few other examples for the social problems. So there are many policies that have been implemented in order to reduce these problems. For example, some schemes have been reduced the poverty in our country are integrated rural development programs, IRDP. IRDP is called as integrated rural development programs, right? So again, then there's another scheme called public distribution systems, PDS, national old age pension scheme. There are many other schemes initiated by government of Karnataka. So as in we go on, so you just read up the variety of policies implemented and reducing social problems that exist in our state or community. So now let's see what is understanding the social problems. So how do you understand these social problems? So basically, like if you are scattered in your teams and you just choose a topic of these five social problems of female voice diet, environmental issues, road accidents, COVID-19, material mortality. So these are a list of few social problems which are going on nowadays, which is trending actually, we could say. So what is man-made disasters? Man-made disasters as actually, see, you see, there are disasters which are constructed now for the dams, unplanned manner for building. These are the these situations which are created by man, which is social problems arise by man, who which are caused into disasters. So and you can see there are hydrological environment impact with the deforestation. So deforestation is on as well a man-made disaster, right? Then the deforestation can lead to air pollution, the fifth largest area. You can see, as in the it has come to this thing, air pollution, fifth largest killer in India. So what happens is, due to deforestation, there are chances that the air pollution increases, and there is a havoc created in the society as well. There are when the green liberation bugs in Delhi chokes. So what happens is, there in Delhi, there is lots of population, there are lots of pollution over there. So what happens when there is a less amount of trees implemented there, and you just see um, there are less amount of trees and there are lots of trees cut down and there is a population increasing day by day. What happens is you don't get the fresh air. That in turn it happens to Delhi chokes. And you see, there are maternal mortality rates. So what happens is there are unwanted pregnancies towards lots of changes due to like just say, for example, most of the cases are just say that girl child are at bay, and only we need a boy childs are more. So what happens is, there were chances that there are unwanted pregnancies due to this. What happened, these and there are there was a change in mortality death rates from 2015 to 2017. So here what happens, from there are there's a survey between there, where so you can see in UP, MP, Punjab, Bihar, Assam, Rajasthan, Odisha, Gujarat, Karnataka, there are lives and deaths. There the mortality ranges changed from the right, from you could say there are number of mortality rates going on. And then there are female fetuses are dumped into well. So there are few other risks, and or there are chances that these mortality rates of female foeticides are actually dumped into well just because of the woman's health. The mother's health was not in a proper state, so that she could carry a womb, she could carry her baby in a womb. That actually her life would have been risked. So that if her health is not in a proper state, then there are chances that there are female fertilizers are dumped into a well as well. Then again, we see a lot of baby girl found in abandoned fields. As I said to you, there are baby girls are at bay. People, most of the families are wanted a boy child. As I said to you, most of the families are where just they avoided the baby girl. So if they're baby girl shot dead by the father. So there are many cases that, if the baby girl from the family is avoided, they're abundant from the just because they don't want a baby girl, so they're just planning to get the baby boy as well. So if this kind of situations, that there are increasing the female foeticides by killing those baby girls as well. Then again, the next again social problems as reckless driving, you could say, just because they are the drunken drive cases. So like if they are 105 kmph 105 kmph, again you don't have control. There are chances that if you have a rash driving, and you like if you lose out of your control, you just hit it on somewhere, that's called as reckless driving, right? Obviously. So when you're more than the required speed, then what happens, you lose the control, or probably there are chances that if you're a drunken drive cases, then you like obviously you'll not be in a conscious mind with driving in a proper manner. So there are just reckless driving has created more havoc in the social causes. So all these social problems are leading to a different kinds of uh, ventures, or different kinds of this thing, road accidents between the youth. So there are the study reveals that there are they could say there are 38.5 patients were in a group of 20 to 30 ages of people, and 20.7% were above 30. Interestingly, 16.7 youths were below 20 years of age. So what happens is, the passion what have changed is, people who are below age are, they think that riding fast, riding super fast, getting them, like they think that the think in a heroic way, so that that has changed the mindsets of the youth. So this I have also created a impact in the social, creating a road accidents in the societies. There are many other cases that the airbags in the car that don't inflate, due to which there are many other accidents. There are people who are injured instead of getting killed. So in separate road accidents, there are chances that there is a brake failure as well. So when you have all these problems initiated by either by cars, or the reckless driving, or the driving, or who the driver who is driving. So there are either being killed, or you being going to hit someone, then you ultimately there's a loss, right? Okay. Then they'll see as of now Delhi sees the most death rates in India. So before there was a accidents in Mumbai, Delhi. Then again there was a chance, there's a survey again, each and everything, there was a survey between Mumbai, Chennai, Delhi, Bangalore, Indore, Kolkata. So there were a number of accidents, then see accidents took, and then death rates took. um, so again, the Indian Expresses also says that there are 1.3 billion in 21 days. Lockdown is the key. So social problem, like again, when times of corona, then like around 1.3 billion, so, 21 days straight ahead, there was a lockdown. Hope you remember that. Then again, the social problems, then the created impact and lasting impact, the measuring strategies that are taken in NGOs, governments, individuals like you, and reduces the negative impact. The social problems have created a huge negative impact. So if you want to grow, find a good opportunity today. If you want to be a great company, think about the social problems you could solve. Jack Ma said that. So what he says, what he tries to define it. So when you understand when you find the opportunity, when if you want to be in a greater company, when you want to establish a bigger and greater company, then you should solve. If you should understand the social problem, if you can solve the social problem, then your company is just like boom rocket. So you can like that's what the Jack Ma said. So it's a pre-work is. So let's see the video. What, like, as I said, the sustainability. So let's understand what is sustainability, then let's come back.
Question: would you build a website for a major brand with more than 200 million users using Wix? Well, we did. Steve. What is sustainability? The word sustainability has many meanings: to maintain, support, endure, and withstand. It most commonly means maintaining the world we live in. The main idea is that we must act responsibly so that the resources on the planet will be able to support many generations to come. There are a limited amount of resources on Earth which are exploited every day to produce houses, cars, computers, and pretty much everything. Sustainability means to maintain these resources forever. Our actions have a deep impact on the environment, and we need to protect it for the future generations. If you want to figure out if something is sustainable, you should ask yourself the question: can I do this forever? Let's take a look at the product plastic to understand this better. Plastic was introduced in the early 1990s and is a mass produced item today. We use plastic for everything from food containers to lamps, toys, bottles, bags, and much more. Plastic takes millions of years to decompose. So, what happens to all this plastic after we finish using it? We end up with a large amount of plastic that is just taking up space on Earth. So, now if we ask, can I do this forever? The answer is no. Plastic is just one example of unsustainable consumption. Here are a few ways your actions can contribute to sustainability. Lifestyle. Your lifestyle is your choice and you can change it. Always carry your own cloth bag when you go to the grocery store. Avoid plastic bags. Fixing. If your watch, toy, or camera is broken, don't just buy a new one. Try fixing it. Recycle. Be conscious about the things around you. Maybe you can reuse some of them. Needs versus wants. Before you buy something, ask yourself the question: do I need it or do I want it? Remember, sustainability begins with you. So act locally and think globally.
Okay, so oops, just a second. Yeah. So now what, like, as we seen in the video, what is sustainability? So here, what it comes is, you see, there are
What
chances
is
that,
sustainability?
just a second.
The word sustainability has many meanings.
You could see here, there are resources in our planets that will support the generations to come of the sustainability. So now what happens is, when you there are limited amount of resources on the earth which are exploited in every day and produces houses, cars, computers, and pretty much everything. So when you it's all upon you, which are, you know getting those, like, sustainability means that, you can have a deep impact with the nature. And if you, like, just figure out the something sustainable, you should also, like, you just think of, can I do all this, can I do this forever, just, like, sustainability means that, like, if the product is into a different, like, like, the product has to be in a longer run. So what happens is, when you, like, for example, if you say plastic bags, then if the plastic bags are, just, is decomposable, if the isn't decomposable, it takes years to decompose. So what happens is, when these kind of plastic bags are initiated, then it take there are chances that there'll be no sustainability. Okay, next comes is, we use plastics again, toys, bottles, bags, and much more. So when these kind of plastics are initiated, then again what happens is, these takes a lot of time to decompose, and we will not be having a better environment, which in orderly create a havoc between the environment again as well. So like, see, as it says, plastic takes millions of years to decompose, so that year by year, it's just, if you decompose plastics like frequently, then what happens, just you'll be facing a lot of issues, decomposing these sus- uh, the plastic bags. So when you reduce these like, if you try to avoid these kind of plastic bags, then how can how can you solve this, how can you stop this? If there was plastic bags are just continuously like fed into garbage sections, and just see a lot of stuff. Then again, lifestyle, what happens is, in lifestyle, lifestyle is not a choice, then you can change it. See, it says here, lifestyle is a choice and you can change it. Always carry your own cloth bag. So how can you solve this, how can you stop the plastic bags into a garbage, making the environment clean? So when you carry your own cloth bag, then to groceries or to our plastic bags, then it's a better living of lifestyle, with creating a bay of plastic bags. Then fixing. So if you watch a toy or a camera is broken, they don't just buy a new one. Instead, just try fixing it. So when you see a toy, as in, so when you understand, like, if you when you fix a toy instead of buying a new one, there are chances that you can still have a life of the same toy as well. Next, again, there are chances that sustainability then again comes with having a proper lifestyle again. So I'll just say, so recycle. So recycle is be conscious. So when you recycle are more and more, so maybe you can reuse them as well. So when you reuse them, so there are chances that you will be using the plastic bags in a lesser quantity. Again, needs and wants. So what can be needed? What kind of requirements you are actually needed? So think. So when you act locally, you can think globally. So if you are just say that if like you just collect all those garbages or dump those products which are recyclable. Then if you recycle it, then you can probably reuse it, then reinvest again re-energy, then you can just recreate the energy, which in turn you can just generate the more electrical power. Then instead of growing more plants, then again if you are instead of using petroleum cars, or instead of using diesel cars, if you can just use it a cycle, then there are chances that you can improve your health skills and all. uh, I'm sure that using riding cycles also will help you get into a better lifestyle process as well. Okay, let's get back to the session again. Okay, so do you think sustainability is somehow connected to solving social problems? So obviously, so when you think of the sustainability is somehow connected to the social problems. So social problems is directly or indirectly connected to sustainability. So when you like any of this, or just look out for any social problems, you just look to yourself. So if that social problems is directly or indirectly connected to sustainability, then this happens. Then you can so each and every problems are connected to sustainability. So how long would you solve the problems? How could well you can solve the social problems? Okay, next is lead the change. So if you lead the change, then again what is the lead the change? We'll see this again in this YouTube.
सर आपके लिए उस पार कार का इंतजाम किया है सर।
Sorry about that.
सर आइए सर प्लीज। हाँ सर, आपके लिए उस पार कार का इंतजाम किया है सर। सर आइए सर। ये चल चल।
गया हूँ निशु।
I hate this song. कुछ करो ना।
अब मैं वहां जाके क्या उखाड़ लूंगा?
कैसी जाने बूंदे आई, जाने कैसा दर्द लाई, सामने क्या है ये तेरे, क्यों रुका है तू बता दे हो। कौन तुझको पार लेगा, कौन होगा वो मसीहा, वो जिसे तू ढूंढता है, वो ही है तू वही है वो। तुझ में तेरा रास्ता है, तुझ में तेरा है सहारा, तू ही तुझको पार लेगा, तू ही है तेरा किनारा। तुझ में तेरा रास्ता है, तुझ में तेरा है सहारा, तू ही तुझको पार लेगा, तू ही है तेरा किनारा। जैसे डूबता है तू ही रे, तू ही रे, तू ही रे तेरा मसीहा हो।
Okay, so the word lead the change itself tells that the be the change in the society, and as you can see in the video, a small guy who could just see the social problem, he understood the social problems. So he tried. There are politicians coming by way, and there are ambulances stuck in the way, and you see a lot of there's a traffic jam, a lot of created a social problem again. So when the small guy, the small boy who came and he tried to move the tree, and he was the lead, the change. Then seeing him, there are many others who came forward to lift the trunk of the tree which had fallen down on the street. So many when the small boy can lead the change in the society, then you could lead the India. Then again, what happens is when you are in a format to change the world, then there are it forms a unity. When all others gives a hand to change the society, then it obviously you are the lead the change or lead to the India. So can you identify some mindsets or the values the children operated with? So there are mindsets that he was determined that he has to move the trunk which is fallen down on the street. So in order to move get the ambulance to move from one point to another point, from point A to point B. Then again, there are certain mindsets that he wanted to be the change, so that the people in that situation, so that he could change the mindset of the people who can initiate in the social adventure, so that they can improvise or solve the social problems. That was the mindset they had. And what could had happened if no one had stepped in the up the, like if what would have happened if the trunk wasn't moved. So it might take hours together to come to crane to come and to move the trunk away from the street. So that would have taken a long time. Again, they had to choose an alternative ways. Then probably the person who the patient in the ambulance probably might have been suffered a lot. There are chances that if the person is in a critical condition, then the person might have been faced death as well. So what was the impact that the first kid had they started moving the fallen tree? So what was the impact that the first kid had started moving? So what impacted had done that? The short video can be connected in a view of social problems. So as I said to you, the social problems are a greater manner, so that there will be while there are many people who just did not care about the social problem. So there were many people. You just saw their video. So in that social problems, there are many people who didn't care about the social problems. There are few children who took the brave initiative, could benefit all of them from the stuck fallen because of the fallen tree. So the initiative taken by the one kid was enough to welcome more kids and even adults to help them move the trunk or the tree that had fallen on the streets. So is solving a social problem important? If yes, why? And if not, why? So if you see in this first picture, a small guy who, or the small child who is serving the customers in the hotel, he's just serving the meals to the customers. And here you see, as in the second pictures are can be relatable to the video, right? So there are people who are ignoring the social problem. So like that person is hitting to another person, or the some person, if he's hitting, then the social problem is such that the other peoples are just ignoring it. So what do you see common in both pictures? So basically is, people are just avoiding the cause or the social problems. Like the social problems here is, in the first picture, so the child who is serving the food in the hotel. So that is the point where the child, instead of getting education, a proper education, the youths are the upcoming generations, the change in the India. Then when this is happening, when the child is just serving the food in the hotel, and if that is the thing, then how could the India change? Then again, in the second picture, it shows that if you're not trying to, as in, socialize people, if you're not trying to solve the social problems, then what kind of a social lifestyle you are living in, right? So these are the common factors which you see in these both pictures. So what is problem solving? So problem solving is basically, when you define a problem, determining the cause of the problem, identifying, prioritizing, selecting alternative for a solution, implementing a solution. So a problem solving requires all these acts, right? When you define a problem, what kind of a problem is it, how can it be solved, what was the cause, when you understand the root cause of the problem, and you understand how complicated it is, and when you understand, is it how much percent of the problems are ignored by a social problems? Is it a social problems, is it a social problem which are ignored by the social people? And how could this can be lead to a change, and what was the causes of the problem, and from since when the problems has arisen, and identifying what was the problem and prioritizing the problem, then again selecting an alternative for the solution. The solution, like if you find out for the solution, then again you just can't stick out to the one solution, right? Then just you have a backup idea, you could say a backup solution. So it can also be said as alternative solutions, right? Then again, after finding and solutions, you just try to implement the solutions what you had in your eye or mind. Then if you implement the solutions, you can be the change, or you could just trying to solve the problem, correct? Okay, next we see, do any of these problems have a huge negative impacts? Okay, for here, let's see. You see, if you see of common problems, like in a locality or in a community. So there are common problems that you see, garbage thrown at the end of the road, or there is a lot of havoc created by the social neighbors or the locality, that creating these stinkiness, or there is an unhygienic way of the weighing the disposal of the garbage. Then what happens is, this is the common problems. Generally what happens is, when you stay in the locality, you see lots of garbages thrown here and there, and that is a common problem what we actually see recently. So this is actually, this one, when you see these kind of problems, what are the huge negative impacts within the people? So what happens is, when you see the negative impacts within the people has come to a stage where, due to that improper disposal, then due to which the improper disposal of the garbage, that has changed into a, there are chances that there are you can be attacked by the fever, cold, and there are chances that you can see improper way of hygiene. So like probably, if you're like next to your home, if you're like you're having your disposals, most of the other neighbors are disposing their garbage nearby home, then there are chances that you can due to that the smell that the garbage is creating, Yeah, I'm sorry about that. um yeah, I'm sorry about that. I just run out of power. So as I was telling, so social problems. The social problems is such that do any of these problems have a huge negative impacts on the people. So what happens is when these kind of situations happen. So in this, you see, as I was telling, so when the neighbors throw you their garbage nearby home, so there are chances that you'll be like facing the health issues. By then again, there are chances that you'll be seeing into a different concepts of social problems within the society. Then are people actively trying to solve these problems? So when these people or the locality what you stay in, all the times we are trying to solve these problems. So if yes, how they are. So the government have initiated a recent this thing. So what happens is they have started home pickup garbages. You see you see it cuts all those garbages, and then they are just a second. Okay, but before we go, always remember that Sudhamurthy once told that Sudhamurthy, the chairman of Infosys Foundation, said, "If you're determined in your life, it is the only mindset that counts, which is more important than the questions like if I can do or cannot do." So Sudhamurthy, obviously you know who she is. So she's the chairman of Infosys Foundation. So what she said was, if you're determined in your life, it is only said that the mindsets that counts. So which is more important than questions like I can do or I cannot do. So need for sustainability. So SDGs, sustainability development goals. So here we cover up a topic we'll be covering up today is understanding the sustainability, basics of sustainability development goals, SDG, flashcards, how to apply SDGs in your life, self-assessments. So understanding the sustainability, meaning of sustainability. So meaning of sustainability is like for example, if I say Parle-G biscuits. So there was a time when we with our children we used to eat a lot of Parle-G biscuits. Since then we have seen these biscuits, and they have come to we could say have a sustain which has a long run. Still that Parle-G biscuits still running away, running in a better form and having their business running day by day. So sustainability means running a business in a longer run. Okay, next, what is the connection between sustainability and solving social problems? So when there's a sustainability between you and the social problems, so like when you have a sustainability of your venture, then while solving the social problems, when you are trying to social problems by day by day, then your business can lead to a sustainability, and this then your business can lead to a sustainable way of goal way go, so that your business stays in a longer run. So do you live in a sustainable life? If yes, how? So yeah, sustainable life is, you can say that uh, you would say there are pursue social problems. In today's generations there are lots of resources we get. We also see that uh, there are sustainable few generations which are important as well. So all these can invest or in a right amount of way which are solve these current problems. So when you're facing these social problems and solving those, uh, this can actually lead to a change in society, right? Okay, yeah. See, sustainability development goals. You basically when you're in poverty lines, then again, like for example, like recently we had faced COVID-19, which had extremely breakout in this society. So the first arise what was extreme poverty in generations. There were, due to this, there are many people who had faced hunger. There are many people who had they couldn't earn money, due to which many people were admitted in the hospitals. They couldn't have many resources. So that that could have changed them into a we could say poverty line, where there's chances that they had ended their hunger through food security, improved nutrition, promote sustainable agriculture. So all this, when these what happened is, when our government of when our government just they helped us get get some amount of help, that help some way some or other way, that people are for in to fight